Hello, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So, Cancer, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. We're going to see how the both of you are currently viewing this relationship and how you guys feel about it and what actions you guys plan on taking each other's direction and are moving forward. So, with all that being said, Cancer, let's get started. How does Cancer currently view this relationship? All right, Cancer. So, we do have the Knight of Cups, we do have the Star. And then we also have the Seven of Cups. The bottom of the deck, we do have the Tower. I want to focus on this Tower really quickly here. So the Tower is definitely linked to the Devil. So this could definitely represent that you recently got out of a very toxic and unhealthy relationship. Unfortunately, for some of you, I did get domestic violence. Unfortunately, for some of you out there, I just feel like your relationship with this individual, it was very toxic and it was extremely unhealthy. I am definitely getting that, but it kind of looks like you finally broke free from that connection is basically what I'm getting. Okay, now with the Seven of Cups coming out here, I feel like initially when you walked away from this dynamic here between the two of you, it kind of took a while for you to like adjust and adapt to life without this person in it, which is kind of making me feel like this person was definitely a part of your life for a very long time. But it kind of looks like eventually you definitely adjusted and adapt to life without this person in it. I think that you find yourself in a much better place now than you did when you were with this person. I'm also getting like a proud energy coming from you. Like I feel like you're really proud of yourself that you broke free from this toxic and unhealthy environment and relationship that you were once upon a time a part of. All right. How does this person currently view this relationship with Cancer? So we do, oh, here we go. We do have the Wheel of Fortune. We do have the Two of Cups. And then we also have the Ten of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the Four of Cups out here. Okay, in regards to how this person's currently viewing this relationship with you, I'm getting like an energy of disbelief coming from this person. I am getting that strongly. It's like this person is having a hard time, I guess, accepting the fact that you're done with them and that it's over and done with between, you know, the two of you. As far as like they're concerned, they feel like they were nothing but good to you. So the fact that you're just deciding to up and leave them doesn't necessarily sit well with them. I do feel like it is leaving a bad taste in their mouth. But it's interesting because when we look at you and your energy, I don't necessarily feel like you look at this individual as somebody who was, you know, good to you. But we are going based off of according to them and their energy and how they're perceiving the situation. So just keep that in mind. You may not agree, but I am definitely getting that this person feels like they were nothing but good to you. So the fact that you're just deciding to like, I guess like abandon them and up and leave them, like I said, it just left a really bad taste in their mouth. None of this sits well with this person to the right of me. It's basically what I'm getting. How does Cancer currently feel? All right, so we do have the Seven of Swords. We do have the Five of Pentacles. And then we also have the 10 of Pentacles out here. Okay, so in regards to, in regards to how you're currently feeling, Cancer. So with the Seven of Swords to the Five of Pentacles coming out here, I feel like you've been planning on leaving this dynamic between the two of you for a while now. I just feel like you've just been keeping it a secret is basically what I'm getting. It kind of looks like you knew you were done with this person a long, long time ago. I am definitely getting that. You knew you were done with this person, you know, a long time ago. I just kind of feel like you needed time to like prepare yourself to essentially leave the marriage and or relationship that you share, or you shared, I'm sorry, with this person in particular. Okay. So with that being said, it kind of looks like you had this whole like exit plan to essentially leave this individual a long time ago. And it just kind of looks like you were finally able to, you know, execute it and put that plan in motion. Okay. How does this person currently feel? So we do have the Four of Pentacles. We do have the Knight of Swords. And then we also have the Magician. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the Queen of Pentacles. And then we also have the Ace of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the Ten of Swords to the King of Pentacles. And then we also have the Queen of Swords out here to the Ten of Swords. Okay. 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 Now, okay, I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to say it. Again, you may not agree. You may not agree. You may not agree, but I'm going based off of them and how they're looking at the situation, how they're perceiving the situation, okay? This person basically feels like the reason why this dynamic between the two of you essentially came to an end had everything to do with another man or another woman. Because I feel like this person suspects that there's like another man or another woman basically in your life, and that's why this person, you know, thinks that, you know, this relationship came to an end for those reasons, right? Because there's another man in the picture, because there's another woman in the picture is basically what I'm getting. Now, I'm not saying that there's not another man or woman in the picture on your end. I'm not saying that, but I mean, but what I am saying is that this person thinks that the reason why this dynamic between the two of you came to an end, and the reason why you left, and you know, all these things, was to go be with another man or another woman is basically what I'm getting. Okay. Now, with that being said, because this person feels that this relationship ended for those reasons, right? You know, this person feels the need that they have to basically get up and just, you know, move forward and move on with their life and do their thing, because in their head, they think you're clearly out here doing your thing. So they might as well get up and, you know, get out there and do their thing as well. Instead of them sitting around crying, you know, over you and this ending between the two of you, you know, this person feels like, yeah, they should get up and, you know, move on with their life and start seeing new people, you know, talking to new people, entertaining new people, you know, things of that nature. I'm also getting to that not only do they plan on talking to new people, dating new people, you know, things of that nature. I also see them starting something new, like a new job. Maybe this person's considering and switching careers or going back to school, but I keep getting something about them either starting a brand new job or switching careers. One or the other. Either which way, I just kind of see this person you know, trying their hardest to, you know, just keep themselves extremely busy / occupied and just simply move forward and move on with their life. And I keep getting that the only reason why this person's making it their only mission and priority to start talking to new people, dating new people, is because they're under the impression that you're probably out here doing that, so they might as well do it too. But I can't emphasize this enough. This person truly does think that you basically left them to go be with another man or another woman. Not entirely sure if that is true. Not entirely sure if that's true, but what actions will Cancer take towards this person or moving forward? So we do have the Chariot, we do have the Ten of Swords, and then we also have the King of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the Six of Cups to the... Okay, wasn't expecting that. So in regards to, okay, in regards to how you plan on moving forward, this to me kind of feels like an energy of you experiencing an all of a sudden change of heart. It's like you go from, I'm done with this person, I'm walking away from this dynamic, and I'm never going to look back, to running right back to them all over again. But it's kind of stemming from a place of you essentially feeling like you made a mistake. Like you made a mistake by walking away from them. You made a mistake by ending things with them. Tell me more with the Ten of Swords. Okay, so we got the Eight of Wands, so the Three of Swords, and then we also have the Two of Pentacles out here. Okay. For those of you who did leave this person to go be with somebody else, I don't think that things are essentially working out between you and that individual is basically what I'm getting. Okay, so this entire situation between you and that other individual is not necessarily playing out the way that you were hoping it would, is basically what I'm getting. And that could be, you know, another reason why you're circling back to this person all over again. It's a possibility, because now I'm getting two different storylines. It could have a lot to do with things not working out between you and that new person. Hence why you're circling back to this person, but it also could have a lot to do with you realizing like, oh man, like I made a mistake. You know what I mean? I actually don't want to walk away from this. I actually don't want this to come to an end. What actions will this person take? Okay. All right, Taurus, Cancer. So we do have the Moon, we also have the Lovers, and then we also have the Tower out here. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the Queen of Swords, and then we also have the Queen of Pentacles to the Eight of Pentacles to the Page of Pentacles to the Eight of Swords to the Five of Swords. Okay, like I said, this person basically suspects that the reason why you left this marriage and a relationship was to go be with another man or another woman. When you circle back to them, I think that it's going to shock the hell out of them. That's one thing I will freaking say. When you circle back to this person, it's going to shock the hell out of them. And it's definitely going to essentially surprise them. Okay. Now, with all of that being said, okay, I do see this person like running to someone. This person that you used to deal with, I do see this person running to someone like, you know, like, I don't know, like a family member or a friend and telling them all about it. Like, oh, you know, you won't believe it, you know, but, you know, Cancer's trying to work things out with me. You know what I mean? I do feel like this family member and or friend is going to encourage them to not take you back. Especially because this family member and or friend is under the impression that you left them to go be with another man or another woman, is basically what I'm getting. This family member or friend of theirs, this family member and or friend of theirs is just going to encourage them to not accept you back in their life. Now, here's the thing, right? With the Queen of Pentacles to the Eight of Pentacles, surprisingly enough, I do see this person considering and working things out with you, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to take you back. You see what I mean? But it also doesn't mean that they're not going to either. All right. Now, if this has nothing to do with you leaving them to go be with another man or another woman, okay? I just kind of feel like you're realizing that you don't necessarily want to basically be without them, but I can't emphasize this enough. I feel like this person's under the impression that the reason why you did all this is to go be with another man or another woman. I'm not entirely sure what's leading them to basically think that. But something's leading them to essentially think you left them to go be with another man or another woman. Because I'm getting two different storylines. For some of you, could it have a lot to do with you leaving them to go be with another man or another woman? Yeah, that's a possibility. But I am definitely getting there's a portion of you out there that left this person because of how toxic and unhealthy this dynamic was between the two of you. It had nothing to do with another man. It had nothing to do with another woman. So again, I'm getting two different storylines here. But even if you left this dynamic because it was toxic and unhealthy, they still suspect that you left them to go be with another man or another woman. Why? I don't know, but that's what they think. That's what they think. And when this person goes and runs and tells like their family member or their best friend, you know, that here you are trying to work things out with them, you know, I think that they're going to encourage them not to, because again, it's like this family member / friend is under the impression that you left them to go be with another man or another woman, regardless if that's true or not. That's the impression that this person from your past is under, and that's the impression that this friend is essentially under as well. Okay, so yeah, they're going to encourage them to not work things out with you. Now, are they going to consider and working things out with you? Sure, they're going to consider it, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to take you back, and it also doesn't mean that they're not going to either. You see what I mean? Like, the choice is entirely up to them. But I don't know, dude. I don't know. Something's leading them to basically think that you left them, you know, to go be with another man or another woman. I just don't know if you actually did or not, because I'm getting two different storylines here. If you did leave them to go be with another man or another woman, that relationship is not working out the way that you were anticipating / expecting it would. And that's why you're circling back. But for others of you, it could just have a lot to do with you realizing that you don't necessarily want to be without this person. But regardless of why you left, that's why they think you left, is to go be with another man or another woman. And I think that when it comes down to working things out with you, that's going to be very challenging and difficult for them, because they're under the impression you left them to go be with another man or another woman. So, you know, then there's that. You know, they may not be willing, you know what I mean, to essentially take you back, just based off of them essentially thinking you left them to go be with another man or another woman. All right, so that is what I have for you. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated, and I will see you guys in your next reading. Bye.